It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much, and please let me know if the audio is perfect before we go on. Tonight on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, I want to talk about the Nigeria's road to Kabul. Some of you have been reacting to the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. Some of you have just, it's like you just started reading about it. However, I am going to tell you a little bit about the Taliban and their way back to power in Afghanistan, and those who have the similar mentality in Nigeria, and what Nigeria is doing right now to lead all of us to Kabul. In my, during my process of reading about what I'm about to share with you now, I found out that it is true that southern Nigeria is just a kind of an appendage of northern Nigeria in the book of the Americans and the British. That is why wherever the North goes, whatever the North does, the British will back them. I think I have a better idea of how to break that down for you tonight, and why, if we actually really want to get serious, it is better to begin the process and promotion of Southern solidarity or Southern unity. Going for it all alone will not help anyone in this cause. I'll share that with you tonight. Also, I want to talk about this hulabalu on the sit-at-home order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think I have managed to earn some level of what do you call it, advantage, or let me say leverage, to speak about this. Because some of us who eventually showed interest in the Biafra struggle, we got interested because of one man who made many of us shown interest in what exactly was going on, deeper than what we were ever told. And finding that, we realized that, in fact, even if you are not a Biafran, if you know what the Biafran struggle is all about, you should be up and ready to give them every support. Many of us supported Biafra struggle because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why many people said the reason why they were not supporting is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you can tell that more people outside Biafra land actually genuinely support the Biafran struggle. And when the order came from his lawyers that the sit-at-home protest should be stopped, many people actually missed it. They missed it in the sense that it was a test that I consider as a test to those who genuinely profess their love for Biafra and the Biafra struggle, the IPOB members, which, you know, by the grace of God, as swell, your ranks have swelling even bigger and better. But there is something, discipline, order. I will speak a bit about it tonight. It's just going to be a word of advice, especially for those who are opportuned to be in position to at least keep this ship sailing while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is away. When you listen to his name, when you hear his name or you hear another in his name, the first thing is what? You obey. But not many of you. And it is not your fault. It's understandable that so many people felt like something was not right. Well, maybe not. But the job of those who have opportunity of having large followers, who have the opportunity of influencing people's, decision, opinion, and at the same time, helping to make people understand position of the organization called IPOB. Many of our people, right, missed it. They were the champion of doubt. They were those who actually solidify the doubt that people were having about the order to stop this sit-at-home. I want to say something about that tonight, and I hope it will help in mending the damages done in the last 48 hours. Sincerely speaking, I am not happy about this, but, well, I am just a friend. Also, part of the road to Kabul that we will talk about is going to be the sudden, the sudden surrendering of these Boko Haram fighters and their families, and the Nigerian military coming out boldly to tell the whole world that they have pardoned them. Really? We will talk about that too. So I'm glad I can give you the highlights. We'll talk about a lot of things, but these are the three highlights of what I'm going to really deal with tonight. The road to Kabul. However, if you are just joining me, remember, share the broadcast, invite your friends, tell them Maiyegun is live. Thank you. I'm going to do the same just for a minute. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining me. Nigeria is on our way to Afghanistan. And the reason why you should know the link between the extremists, Taliban, their own ideology of Islam, and what many parts of northern Nigeria, right, also have their own extremist, religious extremist. In northern Nigeria today, if you have observed that not many people are speaking up, and you think it's because they are not speaking up because Boko Haram is from their region, you are wrong. I have found out that as many of us are lamenting about the insecurity in Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, the invasion and everyday killing and kidnapping of innocent people in northern Nigeria, why are the people not speaking up? Here is what I found out. In northern Nigeria today, there has been increased and growing large gathering or large teachings of extremism, to the point that even when the likes of Hisbah is the Islamic police in Kano. Nigeria is meant to be a country where, you shouldn't have any religious police in the first place. I mean, genuinely. But because of the way they structure Nigeria, they made us believe that the northern Nigeria will end up as a Sharia region. And with that, they already have their own Sharia courts. They already have their own Sharia police, right? They already have their own Sharia prisons. And their Sharia courts are convicting people to death and all of that. Now, if you speak up against any of these kind of wrong teachings like jihad and all that stuff, that you see there are prominent preachers in northern Nigeria keep promoting, calling other people in Nigeria infidels. Now, the ideology has made many people to keep short, because even if you are a Muslim, if you criticize those ideas, right, you will be charged for blasphemy. And blasphemy in northern Nigeria requires them to either stone you to death or you must be hanged in public. Now, that is in Nigeria. And these laws exist. And these laws are more respected and obeyed than the Nigerian secular laws. Okay? Now, let's go back to Taliban in Afghanistan. When Taliban were in power in Afghanistan, in that country, their Sharia law back then was that women are possession of men. Do you understand that now? Like the old religious way that you read in different religious textbooks, right? The people they told you about gave different names in different religious books you have. They are from these places. Afghanistan is not a country. Afghanistan is it became a country because of these different types of tribal groups who are just like wanderers in the desert. Okay? But good enough, they have oil. However, those who created Afghanistan and those who are claiming to control Afghanistan, either to unleash Islamic law or no Islamic law, they were doing so not because of the religion. So there was a mullah who was an Islamic scholar in a small region of what is today's Afghanistan, very small place, right? And then it felt like Afghanistan should be an Islamic country, or the Sharia of Allah is not being promoted or protected enough in Afghanistan. So he started his teachings by telling people why Sharia should be the way. From that small group, they grew and grew from one district to the other, from one region to the other, until it almost covered the entire country. So these people became the extremists who condemns everything Western, this or that, and all that stuff, right? Then they started a jihad, and eventually they took over power until 2001. Now, during the time they were in charge, women were not allowed to go to school. Women were not allowed to go to have a job. You can't find any woman anywhere in Afghanistan in any office or any job or school. Or you can possibly home educate your child, which is that you can give them any education, Quranic and every other education you think they should have as a female child. That's it. And at the end of the day, they will become the possession of the Taliban. Just exactly like the Boko Haram in Nigeria. In Boko Haram's agenda was started by a guy called Yusuf in a small village in Borno. This guy was running his own Ilekeu with the Omokeus, the students, Quranic students. And what he was teaching them was that Sharia should be the way of life, because as it should be, Sharia should rule all over the northern Nigeria. Because as you must have been made to know, northern Nigeria is not an homogeneous region. Okay, there are more than 20 different nationalities, traditional tribal nationalities in northern Nigeria alone. And the myth that northern Nigeria is Islamic, it is a political myth that is also about to crumble in what is still to come. The percentage of Christians to Muslim in northern Nigeria on record is said to be between 55% and 45%. Some of them will not be happy with what I just said now. But just like their population, the political population, they continue to brandish all the time that they are this or that, right? They cannot prove it, that they have more Muslims than. However, it has been an age-long war to ensure that the communities controlled by other people who have other religion other than that their own Islam are completely wiped out. That has been going on forever, okay? But it hasn't really succeeded, so to say. However, Boko Haram founder later joined politics, promoted somebody to become the governor of a state. When that person became governor, that person now appointed the Boko Haram founder, appointed him as a commissioner. Somehow, he ended up as a use and dump, right? That it became a target of the same people who used him for their political means, just like this Isa pandemic, right? You know, Isa pandemic is also a Quranic affair, preaching about jihad, about Al-Qaeda, about this and that, right? But eventually he worked for APC, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, Egbekegbe in Nigeria, and he was compensated to be a minister. Now, let's say in another few years, it becomes, it goes into the bad book of Buhari or the APC, Egbekegbe, and they decided to kill him. That's what happened to the founder of Boko Haram. When they arrested the guy in police custody, they killed him. They tied his hand to his back. They tied his two legs. They shot and killed him. And the police, who actually shared these pictures, police said they shot and killed him because he was trying to escape. How could somebody you tied his leg and their hands try to escape? That was what then pushed those who have become students, graduates of Muhammad Yusuf, right? Those who have become his graduates, they just moved into the forest. That time, they linked up with their Taliban brothers in Afghanistan. But Afghanistan was even too far. Around that time, El Shabab, they Kenya, these other people, they Somalia, Mali, Niger, all those places were all kind of crawling with different kind of terrorists. They just moved into the forest. And by 2014, 3 years after they moved into the forest, they staged what became the first world acclaimed terrorist attack that actually kidnapped school children. Over 200 school children were kidnapped. So when they kidnapped these children, right, in their video, they said, book is haram. Don't send your children to school. If you send your children to school, we will kill them or kidnap them and we will sell them off as slaves. Because according to Sharia, every child that is a girl is a future property of a boy who will become a man. And that is the order of the Allah. Do not send your children to school. Do not allow women to be walking about doing all they think they can do. And in fact, we will not stop until all schools in northern Nigeria all schools in northern Nigeria are shut. And if you fail to do this, right, by the time we mount our caliphate, we will force you or we will kill you. We will slit your throat. And that was what they did. A campaign of terror since 2010. Back to Afghanistan. The Taliban's ruling Afghanistan by 2001. Then they have become so notorious that you dare not say anything about any of the mullah. Going away from the prophet now, you cannot criticize any of the leaders. So they started public execution of those who blaspheme or those who, you know what I mean? It became a banana republic, right? Then it also became, and mind you, they were actually, the Taliban were getting their regular supply, protection and all of that from Pakistan. Unfortunately, in the world ranking, when they pick the world terrorist index by countries, first they will pick Pakistan. Second, first they will pick Afghanistan. Second, they will pick Pakistan. Third, they will pick Nigeria. How? Because the teachings of all these people they now call Great Mullah inspired more clerics from all over the world, including Africa and in northern Nigeria, to adopt these styles too. But people who know them and they know how dangerous these teachings are, they dare not say anything, or else those mullah in northern Nigeria, just like in Afghanistan, they will just issue a fatwa on them. All they need to say is that he blasphemed, he insulted Allah, he insulted Muhammad. Then that's it. And the mob will be ready to kill that person. So, America got attacked September 11, 2001. And they said, few hours later, Osama bin Laden claimed responsibility for it. Meanwhile, when Osama bin Laden, which was the leader of Al-Qaeda terrorist group, so Al-Qaeda, they were based then in Afghanistan. So which means they are not different from the rebels that Taliban became later, the rebels, the kind of charlatans who took over power, right? Using religion to deceive people. We are pushing the agenda of Allah. By the special grace of Allah, Islam will be blah, 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 blah in the whole world. All this ideology, they were just, they were crooked ideology that is laced with self-power, hungry criminals who are using religion to propagate their murderous campaign. So Al-Qaeda was in America. Al-Qaeda was in Afghanistan. So Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility. America said Al-Qaeda leaders were in Afghanistan. So the Taliban government must hand them over. The Taliban said, no, we don't have them. They said, you have them. They said, no, we don't have them. Eventually, America invaded Afghanistan to overthrow the Taliban. Many of the leaders of Al-Qaeda died at that time, and so many of them relocated. Osama bin Laden himself was eventually killed on the hills somewhere between Afghanistan and Pakistan, right? But that's not the big story. The Taliban lost power. When Taliban lost power when America was invading Afghanistan back in 2001, northern Nigeria Nigerian government was trying to preach and say, hey, no kuna no start killing, no, because in northern Nigeria, there were already, people were already angry that America was doing that to Afghanistan and the Taliban. You can go on Google and search that right now. And many properties were burnt, were destroyed. Many people were killed simply because of the American invasion of Afghanistan then. However, that got the likes of Hisbah pandemic triggered. And so many people like, wow, they hated America for it. And wherever they know that any American embassy is attacked, trust me, there are some part of them in northern Nigeria that actually celebrate it. Do you understand? When the World Trade Center got attacked in northern Nigeria, it was a celebration gala for these extremists. Okay? Because to them, America is an enemy of Allah. And the Taliban and co, they are doing the work of Allah. Okay? Cut the long story short. They try to bring democracy to Afghanistan, where women were able to then go to school. Children who were girls, they were able to go to school. Okay? On and on and on and on for 20 years. But guess what? America overstayed. There are other 43 countries, other allies also overstayed because at the end of the day, they couldn't grow Afghanistan. And the same teaching, the same mentality that brought the Taliban to power, the mentality of Americans are they cannot dictate how we're going to live for us. We will live like this. And then, where they said they made a deal with the Americans that they are not going to attack America or allow any terrorist group to group in Afghanistan. That is where we wait for that to happen. Now, back to Nigeria. Right? In Nigeria, okay, the Nigerian government is using, under Buhari, they are using the Nigeria money, borrowing money as well, to buy weapons that actually goes into trillions and trillions of naira, billions and billions of dollars in the past 6 years. Now, for that 6 years, Americans can tell you today that during their 20-year stay in Afghanistan, if you go to Guantanamo Bay, Guantanamo prison right now, you will still see some of the Al-Qaeda or ISIL prisoners who are still serving life in jail in that place. America can say, we have some people here. You can say, well, for political, wherever they are going to free them or whatever it's going to be. But America can tell you, we built prisons where we kept leaders, fighters of Al-Qaeda, fighters of ISIL, fighters who we consider as terrorists. We caught them, we tried them here, and we put them in this. But Nigeria cannot boast of that, right? Even if America says we spent billions and billions of dollars to fix, to try to fix Afghanistan, but we failed. But they can still say, we arrested this, they have profile in Nigeria. Nigerian government spent billions, the money that Nigeria doesn't have, right? Countries like Britain, countries like US continue to give weapons and money to Nigeria, well, until now, right? To combat the insecurity, especially the Boko Haram. Now, for 6 years, there has not been any single one terrorist put on trial by this government. Not single one. There is a law, which is anti-terrorism law, which actually, if that law is used, are you with me? Most of the terrorists that they are pardoning right now, many of them will either be serving life in jail if found guilty of the crimes they've committed, or they will be, some of them will be facing death sentences and all that. And that is when you can begin to talk about repentance or forgiveness. But in this case, they have laws to try terrorists in Nigeria. But the government of Nigeria, the Nigeria military, choose not to even use any of them. But you see, those terrorism laws are being used on the Southerners who are asking to break away from this whole mismatch and misarrangement, right? Right. Now, instead of using the law to try the terrorists they have managed to capture, and listen to me, right? Until now, all those terrorists that Nigerian military and Nigerian government have been releasing, over 7,000 of them right now. Yeah. All of them were caught when the military were fighting the terrorists in Nigeria. These guys didn't surrender. They were caught, arrested in the act of terrorism, which simply means they were subdued. They did not surrender, and they did not repent until they were subdued. Do you understand that now? So the concept of repentance and forgiveness for terrorists doesn't even feel in here. But Nigeria is doing just exactly that, right? Nigeria opened up a northern border where it is so porous that there is no security in any northern border in Nigeria as you are watching this video. Yes, they may tell you some people are doing patrol. They are doing the patrol because they know they cannot go further than wherever they are in Nigeria now. There is no border control. There's nothing. The terrorists were Spain, they bust out and all of that. You know, no check, no nothing. Now, they have released over 7,000 of them. They budgeted money for them. They put them in a place in Gombe where these guys are living like God. Yeah? Now, for 6 years that they have done none of these to protect the civilians or even bring down or reduce the killings or even stop the bloodshed entirely, right? It has become bigger and bigger than what the Nigerian military have now adopted a style they called Operation Safe Corridor. With this, the Operation Safe Corridor, it allows repentant terrorists to go through a few months rehabilitation program, they call it. They put them in a camp, right? They feed them and make them exercise. They teach them about everything they are trying to, whatever they said. Then they release them into the society. So they have done this for a while until now. In the last 72 hours alone, they have told us that, listen to this, they have told us that over 2,000 Boko Haram terrorist fighters have surrendered, including their commanders. Just 2 months ago, all the terrorist organization in Nigeria, the ISWAP, the Boko Haram 1, Boko Haram 2, what do you call it? Well, they all pledged their allegiance to ISIL. There's another one called Ansaru. They pledged their allegiance to ISIL, the Islamic State of Iraq and, I don't know, Syria and Iraq, they call themselves, right? They pledged to them to deliver Nigeria to the caliphate. Now, you can say, Baba, forget it, they can't do it. But I'll tell you how. There is no any ongoing effort to actually crush this terrorist. The Taliban have taken over power, and that to these terrorists worldwide and those extremists who believe in them and work with them, it is in fact the defeat of America. And to them, America is the most feared. And if the Taliban can chase America out of it, because as it is now, it has become a complete mess, right? But to these guys all over the world, the Taliban defeated America. And it is a boost that the Taliban are back in power, and they said they will not stop until Islam becomes the one religion in the whole world. And that is how extreme they are. You are a Muslim. You are not an extremist, right? But that then puts you in danger, same danger that all those who are not even Muslim at all. Nigerian government, with their intelligence and all that, they have now opened the doors for all the Boko Haram and terrorist commanders and every one of them to surrender. And with what we have also been told, they will all be, this is no joke, they will all be secretly recruited into the Nigerian army. Remember that you don't even have the identity, the profile of these guys only the Janjaweed in government in Nigeria have the documents, the photographs of all of these repentant terrorists. Do you know that? You may have seen their pictures online. You may have seen their this or that. But how many of you can tell me that you have the video and the image of over 7,000 repentant and freed terrorists? Now, you have about 2,000 of them, fighters, who they said have also surrendered in Borno, right? And they all came back. Yes, listen to this. They came back with their own wife and family, they call them. Guess what? Some of the Chibok girls kidnapped that since 2014, little girls they kidnapped back then. Some of them have become mothers now with 2 kids, 3 kids, and they are bringing them back as they are surrendering to Nigeria. And Nigeria says, we pardon you. Don't worry. Just pardon them. And Britain, US, they actually know about it. So don't think, like people do say that, do you really think the Taliban just grew this so powerful overnight? Come on, man. They saw it coming. Everyone saw it coming. Until a deal that had to make everybody live in a hurry happened. So are you thinking that America and the UK, they don't know that it is dangerous what Nigeria is doing? So what if after all it's actually going to be the caliphate of all after all? Because it is not far-fetched. If you look at Nigeria today, the only region with the most firepower in Nigeria today is northern Nigeria, and it's a two-way thing. If the terrorists in northern Nigeria choose to hoist their flag in Abuja and claim territorial control all over the northern Nigeria of today, the only people that can try to stop them is the military, who have similar firepower. In southern Nigeria, it will just be like a military coup. Then they will start giving us conditions like, because we have no power to fight, we have no firepower. And I will explain that to you. The only region where those who they call non-state actors, like you have the Boko Haram there, yeah? Armed non-state actors who have the capacity to shoot down a fighter jet in Nigeria today. The group who have that capacity, they are domiciled in northern Nigeria. There is no other part of Nigeria or any group, either within the Biafra IPOB agitation and what have you, or within the Yoruba nation, within any group at all, outside the northern Nigeria, you can't find any group that is not of the state actor. I mean, when it's not of the government, that say they have the capacity to shoot down a fighter jet successfully, and the Nigerian government will not even go back there and shoot just a single gun to find those who shot the jet down. They just moved on. If there's a revolution in Nigeria and that revolution starts in any part of Nigeria, the only people who can try to crush it is the Nigerian military as well. They are those who are brutal enough to try to crush a rebellion. But the Nigerian military are not capable of fighting the terrorists. They have shown it to us. Rather, they are willing to pardon them. What does that tell you? It tells you that if these terrorists one day decided that they want to unleash Armageddon on Nigeria, starting from northern Nigeria, and it will take them a month
you will be surprised that it will actually take them less than 24 hours to do it. Because number one, when they run amok into all of the states at a time, there is likely going to be next or no resistance from the Nigerian government or Nigerian military, just like what happened in Afghanistan. When their police, when their military, that, as we were told, were 300,000 strong military and air force. And the Taliban, who have no aircraft, any fighter jet or anything, it took them just it took them just 24 hours to take over the capital of Afghanistan. So who told you that it can't happen in Nigeria? You haven't thought about it, but that's fine. I am just helping you to start thinking about it now. If they decide tomorrow that with what happened in Afghanistan, they have done it before, good luck, Egbere Jolantan pushed them back. How many of you have forgotten the time that Alhaji Shekau was praying in a mosque in Maiduguri? How many of you remember that? Well, it lasted for about 2-3 days. But it happened. Boko Haram invaded Maiduguri and everybody ran away. And Alhaji Shekau was in a mosque declaring his caliphate. Go on Google now and search for that. So they did it before. Now they are stronger. There seems to be better. They have the capacity to invade the military base and take over. If America send weapons, they know when they will deliver them. They will go there and take the weapons. The only terrorist group in Nigeria, which is the Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen terrorists, yeah, the only group who have the capacity to invade the military barrack, no joke, no fear, no nothing. They did it once, they did it again, and again and again, and they continue to do it whenever they want to do it. The only people who have their capacity are these guys, the terrorists from the Sahel, that are always going to get pardoned in Nigeria anyway. They will invade barracks, invade armory, take weapons, take everything. You see them driving in MV, this armored personnel carrier of Nigerian military. You see them carrying Nigerian military weapons. RPG, all that. They take them from Nigeria armory. They are the only people who could do that. No other group would dare do that in Nigeria. And you will not see the Nigerian military, Nigeria Air Force everywhere, bombing everywhere down. But Boko Haram will walk into a city, walk into a barrack, take all the weapons. Sometimes they will shoot and chase the soldiers away, take their APC and drive them into the forest. And the only thing we have is that to infiltrate the Nigerian security forces and all of that with these repentant terrorists. And they continue to deny. They do. Impunity that brought about this division to this level, that made the northern Nigeria pretty much like they own Nigeria. It is tough for so many people to agree. But whenever we say, we will fight them, we have to fight them, we have to do this and that, let us also be very honest to ourselves. Honesty. Be honest. What do we have to fight when we are the strongest weapon we need? Unity. Understanding. Unity of purpose is lacking. We don't have that. We don't have weapons or anything. They control the government and they can unleash either the terrorists or the military on us. You can't even probe what they do. And by the time you realize that you have nothing to do or to change about it, then you're frustrated enough to say, well, it's better we just do away with it completely. You will never see the southern Nigeria political leaders, southern Nigeria political or governors ever be invited as a group. Listen to this. I don't know, maybe it can happen tomorrow, right? But you will never see anywhere that any world leader will invite and welcome the southern political leaders or southern governors into their government house anywhere. But the northern political class, they ensured of that. They did it in two ways. Historically, when the British came and then they decided that they wanted to merge the north to with the south in 1914, when they were thinking about it, they said, if we really want peace, we have to let the north do whatever they want with their people, however they want. Then the south, which we are going to consider as the coastal region of northern Nigeria, yeah, we can use them to build the country in a way, however it goes. So when they were doing direct, what do you call it? When they gave them the chance to do whatever they want in the north, they were using their own direct rule straight away in the south. One country, two laws, started by the British. Sharia was allowed in the north until Aminu Kano came and said Sharia does not stop a girl child from getting education. That was the person who liberalized them to some extent. But naturally, it's not different. The ideology then wasn't different. Not all of them. But these guys who have this extremist idea about Islam, right? Their own idea and their worldview was not different from that of the Taliban in Afghanistan. But the British respected that. They allowed them to do whatever they want. But right in the south, yeah, we were law-abiding, ready to follow the rules, ready to follow the law, not them in the north. And when they were crafting Nigeria, they gave them that special chance. It is called political control because of the havoc they can wreak, according to the British. And if they should wreak any havoc in the project Nigeria that they were building then, it will not be in the good interest of the British. So what happened? They granted them the autonomy. You want Sharia? Do whatever you want. It's Nigeria. Do whatever you want. And when they felt like they were losing everything, they traveled to America to go and report Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to Barack Obama. And they said, according to the intel, they told Obama to do everything possible to make sure that Nigeria under Jonathan will never have the capacity to crush the terrorists, because according to them, Goodluck Jonathan is only buying weapons to kill northerners. That those people they call terrorists, they are not a threat. They are just local guys who are angry with the way Jonathan abandoned the northern Nigeria. And that the local leaders can really talk to them, especially if the power can return to the north. That was what they told Obama, and they bought it. Stability, like British, is what America said they were looking for. Stability in the region. If Nigeria should go into a civil war, and it lead to people having to take refugees, like what is happening now in Afghanistan, a country of 40 million people, right? Countries like Islamic countries are rejecting refugees from Afghanistan, okay? And I heard that Uganda will be taking 2,000 refugees from Afghanistan. This is what America doesn't want to happen. This is what British doesn't want to happen. And it's not because they love us. It's not because they love us enough that they don't want us to be refugees. No. It is because of their interest in Nigeria, mainly oil. So they sold that to Obama, and the Obama government decided to place embargo on Nigeria. And placing arms embargo on Nigeria means America weapons can never be sold to Nigeria, and no country who happens to be allies of America must sell any weapons to Nigeria. In that regard, they forced Goodluck Jonathan to go to black markets. Now, so Pastor became gun runner. Pastor Riche Jaffo, who has a plane, working for the Lord, right? Pastor Riche Jaffo became a gun runner for Nigeria in an effort, because they said Pastor Richie Jaffor is from Warri, is from Niger Delta, and somehow the intel said he had relationship with the Niger Delta militant. He could probably be able to help them. No joke, right? Somehow he was the best guy for the job, and he also had a private jet. So they put everybody on the jet to South Africa to go and buy weapons to come and fight Boko Haram. They also went to South Africa to hire South African mercenaries that will fight along the Nigerian soldiers in defeating Boko Haram. When these guys met with, you know one thing, these northern governors, they were welcomed into the Oval Office in America. They were in the same office with Barack Obama. That is some diplomatic leverage that nobody from Southern region politically ever built that. Not today, not ever. And that changed everything. That was what brought Boko Haram to government. Okay? And the Boko Haram that came to government today has managed to ensure that these terrorists that they try to stop America from selling weapons to kill, then these terrorists have now become so bigger enough that they were bold enough to even elect a governor recently. Do you get that now? Now we are at a stage where they are now recruiting them into the military. They will continue to deny. Is that not what they do all the time? They deny until it is too late. Okay? And that worries me. When I was reading it online, where people were fighting themselves, abusing everyone that disagrees on this issue of a sit-at-home in Biafra land. I told you earlier, many of us got attracted to the Biafran struggle. I got attracted because of the injustice meted at Mazi Namdekanu, especially when he got kidnapped the first time in 2016. I was interested. Who is this man? I've been seeing his videos, I've been hearing his voice here and there, but never really paid attention. He's talking about Biafra, okay. And I remember in the early stage, I was one of those who didn't really grasp everything about Biafra, okay. I made them my own views back then that completely, if I made them today, many of you will probably hit me raw. Maiyegun, you disappoint me and all of that. But with time, right? I was only interested in the injustice. Like, why would anybody want him? Why are they doing this to him? They said they want Biafra, yeah? So, like, just the same way I'm interested in everything, and I talk about everything, right? Then I got more interested. But around that time, talking about Biafra or associating with Biafra, even when you are not a Biafran, is actually a worst thing to do. No joke. Number one, the Biafrans themselves are not sure whether you are trying to systematically just gain their attention, you are just seeking attention, or you are trying to mock them, or you are just trying to catch vibe, or you are for real interested in what is going on. So, that was the category I belonged to then, category of, who be this guy? Who be this guy? He said, a Yoruba guy. Said, who be this Yoruba guy? They said, Maiyegun. That's what they do. No trust them. I not trust them. And the rest, but the rest is history today. But it broke my heart. That the second time that they kidnapped Mazi Namdekanu, where his absence is being felt everywhere, including those who don't even like him. You will be shocked that so many people don't support Biafra. You know what I mean? But they are not against Biafra. But listening to Mazi Namdekanu alone makes so many people understand why the Biafrans continue, and they will continue to demand for Biafra. These are the admiration. These are the things that, attracted many of us to you. And we have become so accustomed to it that when he was kidnapped, I was so afraid to break the news. What if it's not true? oh God, please don't let it be true. I hope this is not true. When they shared this image online where it was in handcuffs, and I was like, oh God, please. I was like, oh God, please let this be a Photoshop. God, let him just go live. You know what I mean? And I'm not even a Biafran. It is simply because I have come to understand the sacrifice that is commitment, the price he has had to pay personally. So many unfulfilled dreams, things that are supposed to be so golden to him that he had to abandon and let go. And above all, when people will be so tired of waiting, and then they will say, you have told us repeatedly that we will get it this time or that. All of these things make me want to be like, what would be too much if just his name alone strike respects enough than all this your social media rant, social media, me versus you, me versus them, and all of that stuff? Okay. How about the respect for that name? And in the first place, those who don't understand the suspension of the sit-at-home, how about those of you who should understand, even if you don't agree, how about you level the ground enough by limiting the people's doubts, rebuilding people's confidence, because there's no other time that all of you should prove that indeed you actually love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you respect him a lot. There's no other time than now. Having to question the authenticity of that order doesn't really make you smart person, I would say, because not asking doesn't make you a stupid person. There are those who have become so passionately involved in Biafra struggle as Biafrans themselves, because the word Biafra, the existence and the coming of Biafra to them is more than just talking about it. They have paid more prices than you can even imagine. Many of them have paid with the lives of their loved ones. So they can take this love to any extent. For a man that tends to be the torchbearer, somebody they want to listen to every day, somebody who tells them that no matter the obstacle, no matter the challenge, no matter all the attack, the whole thing, opposition against what we're doing, listen, you are going to get to that promised land only if you keep holding each other's hand, holding one another's hand, all by yourself, in circle, in chain, no changing of course, or no diversion or distraction. I mean, that only will make anybody pay or do anything to express that love. But you have to be strategical. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, yesterday, on Monday, people still sat at home. But I want to address the confusion. And I want you to please, all of you are influencers on Biafra. You have done greatly. You have caught the world attention. People listen to you, like me. People listen to me. But we can only help one another if we don't see the opportunity we have, that we currently are able to sit down, and then you see thousands of people, right, abandoning what they are doing just to listen to what we have to say. You shouldn't turn that spotlight on yourselves. I was reading 48 Laws of Power earlier, because that's no insult, and this is not to insult you as a Christian, okay? But that, in my own book, is my own holy book. It teaches me how to respect people. It teaches me how to reject disrespect from people respectfully. It teaches me how to end what I think is completely against what I stand for. That by what? By avoiding it completely. And it also teaches me that going physical is not always the way. And finally, it teaches me never to wear or to even attempt to wear a big man's shoe. I should never step into any big man's shoe. The spotlight on Biafra is on one person who has become the torchbearer. It could be you, it could be anyone, but it's not. It's him. And that person is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If somebody says, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, we should all sit at home next week Friday, out of respect, don't try to misinterpret that. Don't try to explain it in your own way that we end up disagreeing with that or questioning it or planting doubt in the people's mind. Don't. What you are doing is that you are trying to step into a big man's shoe. It will be an oversize. And let me be honest with you. There is nobody that steps into an oversized shoe that actually works perfectly well. No one. Try it. Your job. I remember one time I told people, I said, the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never do anything wrong in my own, in my eyes, no? Omoyele Sowore, he would never do anything wrong in my eyes, no? Oloye Sunday Igboho, he would never do anything wrong, ever. And those who believe in the ideologies of these people, they would never do anything wrong. You know why? Because they are products of a disjointed, imbalanced, unequal contraption called Nigeria. They are the product of it. If Nigeria was to be well, you probably wouldn't have to even be talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this way. We might not be talking about Oloye Sunday Igboho this way. But because Nigeria is not working, that is why they became the inevitable torchbearers for those who disagree with a system that says, shut up, don't say anything. How can they then be wrong? If I criticize them, what I am doing is this. I am doing the job of condemnation, kill them, destroy them, which is the job of the Nigerian criminal government. That's their job. They are the ones who kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's their job to destroy him. Why should you? Why the little opportunity I have is that for those who have paid a lot, oh dear, people have actually paid a lot to bring this struggle to what it is today. And none of you should turn this into a competition. I am this, I am that, I can give this, we should think like this, we should all be smart. You are not smart if you are disrespecting any order given in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, people can say, we don't understand this, we don't like it. Of course, a leader doesn't have to make decisions that are generally acceptable. But when you undermine his authority, when you say, if you cannot put him on video for him to say it to us, we don't believe you, you don't know the damages you are doing. Your job is not to question it. Your job is to make the people understand why that decision was made, even if you don't agree with it yourself. Because by so doing, you keep the folks together. You keep everybody together. They still pretty much revere and respect their leader. But if you attempt to create something for yourself, I'm saying this directly because many of us are influencers in our own way. You have 100 people, you have 50 people, you have 200 people, you have 5,000 people, you have 10,000 people watching you and all of that. In this different way you are, remember this. I remember many times when many people told me, Maiyegun, you are so good for Oduduwa Republic. You should be the one leading it. I said, no. Don't try to overprice me. There are already, struggles like this. People don't choose the struggle. Yeah? It is the struggle that we choose them. And when you are choosing, nothing else matters anymore. I may be very good in talking, yeah, doing this, yeah. Call me influencer and whatever, right? It is not a competition. My job, or let me say, my own one, well, I do get thank you anyway. My only thankless job is to try and make you understand some things. And you, since you are not dumb, right? You will eventually probably click, think maybe you've never really thought it that way before. Let me tell you, the sit-at-home order was out of love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody wants to see their leader being humiliated as Nigeria is now. But you have tested the water. It has proved that it's a very, very powerful tool. Now, even if people say, no, back home, listen, our leader is in detention. He's not knowing what, he's not seeing what is going on. It's whatever they tell him. What if they have been deceiving him? You see, all these questions that are popping up in your head and you are putting out there and you are pushing it into people and you are making them to do the same and you are disobeying whatever order is given to you by saying, stay back, relax until you hear another thing. Yeah? What that is doing is that you're undermining the same struggle. And at the end of the day, it won't be those who want you destroyed or who are doing everything day and night to kill the struggle itself. It is not them that will actually do the damages. It is you, all of you. Our leader is in detention. Our leader is locked up. Of course he is, but he has access to his own lawyers. So if you don't trust his lawyers, who do you trust? If you don't trust those who have the contact with him, that they could do the right thing, who should you trust? And then if you don't trust them, it simply means you don't trust him, you don't trust Mazi Nnamdi Kanu then. Is that not something like a very big thing to say or to feel? You may disagree. I mean, if I happen to be a Biafran today, what I will be telling you in this regard will be, brethren, right? Many of us may not we may not be happy that we have been told to suspend the sit-at-home. But we have a report that many other people are still going to sit at home tomorrow. But here is the point, okay? You are free to sit at home tomorrow in honor of our leader. And you can do that every Monday if you want to, all right? But this is no longer like you have to. And nobody should be in any way made to feel bad for not observing it. Now, if you go on and on repeatedly to let people understand why, that sometimes, right, you can pretend to be weak in order to save your strength that you eventually need. Some said, what if they put another person in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's place, and then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suddenly says, "Okay, all the Biafran struggle ended." I mean, oh come on, that is going to the extreme. The order is simply about people who want to show solidarity to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to use the sit-at-home peaceful protest, which is a great protest tool anyway, to use it to pressure those political class from the eastern Nigeria to do the right thing because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has committed no crime and get him released, unconditionally. A great initiative. It's out of love, right? But if the leader says, hang on, don't do it for now. Thank you. I received the message of the one you did, and I'm glad. But we called for it. Now we want you to halt it. Don't go to the extreme by poisoning the mind of the people, trying to plant doubt in their mind, trying to make them hate the family members of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the, like every other Biafran family who have been through a lot in the hands of this terrorist government in the last 6 years alone. His family has been through a lot. Trolling them, abusing them, calling them names in order just because you disagree. That's all I see. Oh, we disagree. We don't like that. We disagree. Fine. Why should you tear yourselves apart because of that? Why should you turn it into, we are watching you, we are watching you? Where do you think that's going to end? So that you can have something to say, hey, that's why I don't believe in Biafra, or what? That's why I said those who have the opportunity to influence should always know this sacred job. And that job is to tell people what I think they should know, right? And people are not dumb. They will do what they will do anyway. What is all this noise? What is all of this fight? What is all this back and forth? Only for the people who were everywhere on social media in the last 48 hours, only for them to come back later this evening to now say, it's true, that order is from Mazi Kanu, and we all have to be very careful now. The same people who were planting doubts in mind of many, many people about that same order. And then I don't think it's convenient for some of you who always like to use, Maiyegun is not the IPOB, they are DSS member, register. No, come on. I'm too kind of smart for that, okay? So I'm not one of those who believe in that lie, okay? That lie of, Maiyegun, those people are not Biafrans. They are, no. Please. I have seen some of you who are indeed top Biafran social media promoters and all of that, and I've seen their positions in the last 72 hours. I have not been live in the last 48 hours, but trust me, I have seen a lot, and I'm so disappointed in many of them. So disappointed. Some of them have turned it into sort of a competition. They are fighting themselves. I am warning you, Echiegbu. I'm warning you, I'm warning you. I give you 7 days. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with all of you? Those are not DSS members. These are guys who are showing that they love Mazi Kanu than this one. These ones are enemy of Biafra simply because of sit at home. I mean, come on. I'm warning you. I will do what, That's it. Kenneth, I don't know how you feel about this topic, but never in your life ever tell me to stop a topic or stop talking about something. People don't tell me to stop talking about something. And I decide to say that because you might not be the only one who feel like that. Kenneth, never in your life ever tell me to stop talking about something. Whether you don't like it, just like I'm saying it now, whether you don't like it or whether you're just tired of me saying it, I can go on for like 2 hours on it if I want. Never in your life tell me to stop talking about something, not on this platform, okay? The most you can do is that you can just leave, please. Never in your life. And I hope you don't repeat that, by the way, because I can help you out. So what is wrong with people? Those who are tearing you apart, who are waiting to tear you apart, what do you really think they are doing when they read all those comments? When those who should be championing and keeping people calm, listen, it is what it is now, and we all have to stay together in this regard. Do you get what I mean now? I mean, I am so disappointed, so disappointed. I wish I could just be mentioning names right now, but it's going to be like a brickbat of a thing, and it's not my thing. I hope those who need the message gets them today. Southern solidarity. Bragging this, bragging that. We can do that conveniently. But when it comes to ridiculing or undermining any authority of those who have managed to stand up to this point, not like that of Mazi Kanu. I'm not a Biafran, but trust me, I was so disappointed that people could question that singular order simply because they want to show us on social media that they are smarter than who? You are smarter. I see. Anyway, going further, they said Boko Haram signed the petroleum industry bill today, I think. In that bill, right, just as discussed earlier, the southern Nigeria is pretty much like a coastal part of northern Nigeria. In that bill, Boko Haram, the bill the Boko Haram signed, they said those who are the oil producing communities they will collect 3% of oil proceed every month. And then for those who have prospects, maybe in the future, they can also be able to produce, they can find crude oil. They will give those ones 30% of the proceed of the oil. And because to hide the fraud from the people, they said that 3% is like $500 million. Oh. Imagine a small community collecting $500 million. You know how much money that would be? Do you know what that can do? Why not the oil producing community collect 30%? And those ones who want to find oil in the future collect 3%. But because the majority of the states that they said will likely have oil in the future, they are from northern Nigeria. Only 3 are from southern Nigeria, right? So Boko Haram still went ahead to sign that bill. In that bill, it's now law. So which means the Niger Delta oil, the Biafra oil, the Yoruba oil, don't be alarmed. Don't pretend that I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? Imo State get their own oil. Abia State get their own oil. What do you call it? And those are the people they have found already. I don't know how many other states in the East that has their own oil, by the way. In Yoruba land, Ondo State is oil producing state, Abi. Lagos State is oil producing state. Ogun State has its own oil. And no joke, Baba. So, by the time we begin to, we are oil producing state, we should be oil producing states. If they were using that bill rightly, we should be collecting 30%. But whether not 30, whether not 0, none, we know they collect shishi. So Niger Delta oil, the people from Niger Delta and every other places where they have acknowledged to have oil, they will be collecting 3% of that oil. And you know what will happen to that 3% anyway? You do. Good. And you also know what will happen to the 30%, right? It is just diluting galore. Nothing, no more, no less. And Boko Haram signed, well, they passed the bill, right? After the representatives from, from the southern Nigeria, where some of them rejected the bill, that it was pretty much an insult. Baba, Boko Haram don't sign the bill. And as you are watching this video, there is no kweke with the care from anywhere. No mimi, they me from anywhere, except on Maiyegun's diary where we are talking about it today. Okay? That is also part of the, the impunity, the nepotism, the short-change, the disadvantaged arrangements that prompted people to demand for Biafra, to demand for the Oduduwa Republic, and among other many other injustices. Now, that they are taking us on the road to Kabul. Kabul is the capital of Afghanistan. Okay? Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. Kabul is not, it's just about maybe I think it's about 30 or 40 kilometers from Kandahar. I don't know what I'm talking about in that place. But what I'm trying to say is that Borno to Abuja, I don't think it's past 70 or 80 kilometers. By the time they declare caliphate in Sokoto, declared caliphate in Borno, in Niger, in Yobe, in maybe partly Adamawa, and then they continue to battle people, the Christians and the rest of other nationalities in Middle Belt and northern Nigeria. They will just walk straight into Abuja. Guess what? Like Kabul airport, you will see people for Abuja airport. People go to jump plane. No joke. And if they say it's impossible, well, they told us in 2010 that Nigeria will become an Islamic caliphate country in 25 years. And in 25 years, Baba, that means year 2035. This is year 2021, right? So it can, and these guys can wait for another 10, 15 years before they strike. But I don't think with what happened with the Taliban in Afghanistan will make them wait that long now. They have the capacity to wreak havoc. They can do it anytime they want to do it. But it's just that they will do it only when they are ready. I believe, not because I want us to be partaker in it, but I mean, if it happens, as they are leading us to Kabul right now, yeah? If that happens, what is the alternative? Is it through this bickering and division, abuses and attack, trolling and destructive attacks on ourselves from southern Nigeria? Do you really think that will save us by any means? Just asking. And I think I should take calls. I have people who have been trying to call in. So I'm going to try and, take a few calls, okay?
M. Chiki series. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Nigerians will understand why the likes of Igboho and MNK have been so resilient. Repentant Boko Haram are on mission to take over Nigeria with help of Buhari. It is just a matter of time. Hisbah in Kano, they are already arresting people. They are telling people that you have to use headless mannequin to advertise your clothes in Kano, because mannequin gives them erection. Women needs to cover their head. Alcohol is not allowed. All those blah, 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 blah things are symptoms of Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Some people will tell you it is Sharia. No, it's not Sharia. Yeah. Okay. Saudi Arabia is an Islamic country. Dubai is an Islamic country. Kuwait is an Islamic country. Go to those places, right? They don't behead people for saying anything or for insulting Allah. I'm sorry, man, for keeping you waiting. Your name?
Oh, my name is Yem Oluwo.
Yem Oluwo.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Amazing. Now you are live, and you are my first caller tonight, sir. Please.
Yeah. I serve your U.S. Army, and I've been deployed to Afghanistan and 2 times.
Wow.
I've been deployed to Afghanistan 2 times, and at the same thing, what is happening, the same exactly things what is happening in Afghanistan. That's the same exact things what is happening in the Northern Land today. Like when 80% of Afghani people loyalty to this Taliban. Even though the US was there, we will have finished that war. We will have finished it. It won't be no more Taliban. But their loyalty, they give information to the Taliban so that they can be killing America.
Wow.
You know, Americans are fed up of it. The same exact thing. The Northern being loyalty to Boko Haram too. And what the Taliban, who are the Taliban? To me, they are not even from Afghanistan. They are from another country. They are from another country. Some of them are from Pakistan. Some of them are from Libya. They came from another country.
Just like we have many of these guys who are from Libya, Chad, Mali, Niger, who are operating in northern Nigeria today with different terrorist groups.
Yes, the same exact thing what is going on in Nigeria. The same exact thing what is going on. They just want to take over the country. That's what they're trying to do. And I hope the northern people will stand up. They don't know what is going on, because the way you always say, they're going to eat their breakfast very soon.
All of us will have our breakfast.
They will eat their breakfast very soon.
Thank you so much, sir. So thank you very much. I'm going to take another one. I have another caller. That's Yem Oluwo, an American veteran. Good job, bro. So, I have another caller. I hope, we lost her. Sorry about that. Okay. I think he was able to make it back. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Good morning from Kenya.
Oh, good morning. Your name?
Yes, my name is Anekwe. I'm a Biafran. This is my first time of getting you.
Let me get that name right, please. Did you say Akpan?
Anekwe.
Anekwe. Great. That's the one I want to pick up. Please, go on.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for raising that issue of sit at home. Because our people, what I saw since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu,
that's right,
is a great level of indiscipline. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been telling us discipline. How can you say you love Nnamdi Kanu, but you cannot respect the institution he set up? See what they are saying. They don't believe Nnamdi Kanu's family. They don't trust DOS. They don't trust Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. And the people saying this are even people that live in Europe, people that live in London that should know better.
It breaks my heart.
They come online. They come online. They come online every day, causing confusion, and then later again they will come back, and nobody can destroy IPOB. But you are the one destroying IPOB.
It breaks my heart, and that's why I have to be
you
so
are the one
on it tonight.
DOS gave you order to sit at home. It was never your idea. The same DOS came back and gave you order to suspend it. They did not ban it. They suspended it. Suspension can be just for 1 week, and then they said we have to start sitting at home again because they said we have to review what we did and then take the next step. Everybody, they all jump to the internet. My people, Ndibo, all of you.
I have said that in Igbo, please. What you want to say now? Can you please say it in Igbo from your heart?
Okay. Negenente, Igbo. Ọ bụ na ị mara ihe eji data gị eme, nwere ekiriwe blue film. If you don't know what to do with your data, use it to watch blue film. Stop coming to the internet to distract us. If you are not disciplined, look at, okay, do you think this is your attitude? Somebody can take you to war with this kind of attitude. In the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the DOS is the commanding officer.
And in his name, order, you get what I mean? In Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name, at least everybody should respect every order that comes there.
You don't have to trust any. Once they give order, you must obey. You must obey their order. If you do not obey their order, then they even came back and said this order came from. I was disappointed when DOS had to come and prove first that the order came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for people to even obey, and still they were yapping. Even until today, I had to call somebody. I don't want to mention his name.
I don't want to
call somebody last night. I had to call somebody last night, and it was like a fight over the phone. They don't want to listen to anything. They abuse everybody, and then people who are actually enemies of the struggle with Biafran profiles, they took advantage of it. And we don't trust this person. We don't trust here. We don't trust here. It is very annoying. It is annoying, and since the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu, I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us as well. Okay, I'm going to hear from others, and I'm so happy I'm opening the line tonight. Let everybody hear their view too. Thanks, Anekwe. I have another caller, and I think this might even be Odanikwago. Let me see. Hello.
Oh, my God.
Hello, my brother, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, great. And please, just tell us your name and where you're calling from, then fire on, please.
My name is Ikpago.
Ikpago.
Yeah, this is our program. We don't miss it. We know how to call and when to call.
Go on, please. You're live.
Yes, my brother. Thank you very much. I mean, you really educate us today based on an issue in Afghanistan. It's heartbreaking because a lot of people there are innocent. Let's be real. A lot of the people there are innocent. A lot of people there want to have a good life. A lot of people there want to be happy. A lot of people there want to just go to school, have their education. But the situation there is not allowing them. So we generalize it that everybody is like a Taliban. But I will say what is happening over there is let me use the same word. Most of them are in support of what is happening there based on religious belief, not because they love the Taliban, but because those who are trying to defend them are not Muslims. Those who are trying to defend them are Christians, are infidels. So they rather die in the hand of the Taliban who are Muslim than allowing a Christian to serve them. That's what is happening there. Not that they don't love freedom. They love freedom, but because it's coming from an infidel. And most of them who say that education is haram, you are using a tablet, you are using a computer, you are using a radiogram, you are using a vehicle, you are using a gun. Who produced them? They were produced by those that you don't like their teaching, you don't like the way they live their life, which you call them infidels. Yes, you are holding a mobile phone produced by infidels. You are going to Facebook. Facebook was invented by a Jew, and you're going to Facebook to make comments, show your videos. Yes, you don't like education.
And guess what? Pagu, guess what? Right? They do their recruitment through the social media as well. Do you know that?
I'm telling you, they do the through social media. And let me tell you, I'm sorry to say for our Muslim brothers and Christians, I don't have anything against any religion, okay?
Please.
But I have to speak the truth. Muslims are not happy when they have the Sharia law in their own country. They don't like it, right? But they want to implement it to other countries which are not Muslims. Go to Zamfara State. I've been there. I've been to every state in Nigeria. Go to Zamfara State. Nothing is happening there. They're living like animals. When they come to Lagos now, you see them being happy, eating very well, being happy, enjoying life. But they want Lagos to be like Zamfara. Yet they are not happy in Zamfara State. You see the complications there. These people are confused. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They are brainwashed to the extent that they rather die for anything that has to do with that their book than living a good life. I want to talk about issue of petroleum industry bill, or what is it called?
Please.
Our brothers in the coastal region believe that everything is all about oil. Have your freedom, claim your oil. Because as far as Nigeria is concerned, you are not going to lay your hand on that oil, whether you like it or not. The top managerial position in NNPC are being held by Northerners from A to Z, not even Southerners, no single one. And you're talking about our oil. Yet the oil is not in your hand for over 60 years. You're still talking about our oil. They want our oil. We don't want our oil. They want this. Look at, they share oil among them in the north with 30%. How about our southwestern brothers? Are they not included? Are they not part of their so-called country? But they share within for the northerners. So everybody should put their hand on the can. Let's fight this fight once and for all. Your oil is not enough. Japan doesn't have oil. Japan doesn't have oil. China doesn't have oil. These are the world. These people are the top one of the richest country in the world. They are living good. They're living good without oil. Yet you have oil. You don't have a single electricity in your own state, in your own community. You don't have water. You have oil. Every day oil. You don't have anything to talk about oil.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much for another another blockbuster tonight. Okay, you have a good one, Baba. So I have where is that? Sorry, I just got something out. Right, sorry. I'm sorry, I keep mixing them together. I have another caller, by the way. So hello there. Hello, sir.
Hello, is that Maiyegun?
This is Maiyegun, and you are live. Your name?
My name is Osarabo Eko. I've been trying to reach you for a very long time.
Oh man, I'm so happy you made it tonight. Then let me
go and wake my wife up.
Oh, is she in bed?
Yeah.
All right then. Maybe she's getting waked up, right? You can fire on. You are calling from the US, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling for US.
Great. So maybe you will go first, and the missus will go next.
Yeah, I'll be watching you for a very long time. Me and my wife, we have been watching you. You are doing so good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I just want to say something about the last caller said.
Please.
The last caller said my mind. Nigeria issue has been a very big concern to me. I've been living in US for the past 7 years. Yeah, but the last caller just said everything I have in my mind. So I don't really have much to say. Just that
maybe the missus will have something. She's awake now. Would she like to say hi?
Yeah, she's awake. Yeah, she's awake now.
Would she like to say hi? Hello, ma.
Hi, Maiyegun.
How are you, ma? Sorry to wake you up.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. So, I think he just lost everything he wanted to say the moment we finally got connected earlier. I don't know if you are going to be,
That's what I want to say. I'm so happy he can speak to you today. Every time he keep dialing your number, we want to speak with you all the time.
Oh.
I mean,
thank you.
He don't do nothing apart from Maiyegun.
Oh, bless him.
When he's at work, break time, if you call him, he is watching Maiyegun.
Oh,
I said,
him.
yeah, the day you're gonna call Maiyegun, I want to talk to him that he has taken my husband. And that's what I told him.
Well, oh man. So you know what, right? I am happy that eventually we are talking, because this time around, he's not going to be the one telling me. You have just told me that you will tell me probably I was about to steal your husband, but guess what? I would rather steal you both in mind, right? So that there will not be any reason, right, to feel like somebody else is, trying to take him, like Maiyegun.
Yeah, he loves you so much.
I love him
happy.
Too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for waking you up, okay? Let me just say bye-bye to him. Mm-hmm. Hello, sir.
You're doing a good
Oh, yeah.
Maiyegun, you are doing a very good job. In fact, I told all my friends about you. Even
Thank you.
My little cousin in Scotland, where you are,
yeah.
I told him about you, that you always watch you. His name is his name is Paul Eboya. So he know you very well.
And I know. I'm going to say hi to Paul, because there's possibility that Paul is watching. So would you like to say hi to him?
Paul is not here, but he's in Scotland.
I know, he's watching.
Right?
I mean, he's probably watching us now, possibly. So, I can say I spoke to you.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome, sir.
Uniting the Igbos and the Yorubas. I'm so happy. I always watch your program.
Thank you.
Because when I'm talking to my friends in Nigeria, they will be asking me, how do I know everything? I say, I watch Maiyegun. Maiyegun is the only, I always show your video on my YouTube, on my Facebook. I always share it every day. I share it to my friends. They watch it.
God
I always
bless
everybody.
Thank you so much, right?
Don't listen to any other. Listen to Maiyegun. If you listen to Maiyegun, you get the truth. You get whatever.
You always speak the truth.
You always speak the truth. You never lie. You never.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and I'm so grateful. See, you are making me sweaty, right? And I appreciate all of that, and I love you too. Okay, every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And you stay safe, sir. Right? Good one. Bye, bye, there, madam.
Yeah, keep on the good work.
I will, sir. That's a good one. Sorry, guys. These are people who have been so much indeed trying to reach Maiyegun, and I'm so happy I spoke to them tonight. Honestly, I can feel that. So I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
I'm Clement from Stuttgart.
Oh, and, Clement from Stuttgart.
Thank you so much for your efforts and your work.
Thank you, Baba.
The same Clement who always call you from Stuttgart.
I remember.
I beg, I catch you to clean your sweat. So.
Trust me, that was hot. I don't know why, right, Clement? Whenever I have women on the call, I don't know if I should be even saying this in public, right? I tend to want to make sure that every nerve in me listen to what they're saying, like every word that comes out of their mouth, right? I don't know why, and that seems to be like an extra work for me. But you know what? I think I'm cool with you now. I'm coming down. So you go on.
Yeah, keep it cool. All right. So the first thing is just like, I want us to focus, or don't let us get distracted from this oil or no oil. If you remember, during the days of Baba Awolowo, we built the first NTA Ibadan from cocoa.
That's right.
We built the first skyscraper in Ibadan from cocoa. We built the first premier university, University of Ibadan, from cocoa.
That's right.
During my own studies in OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University, my own elder brother went to the same school. They had this free education system whereby they even had cafeteria where they were served free food.
That's
so
right.
Please, if the country like Germany where I reside doesn't have oil, so we shouldn't just be focused on us. The Northerners are taking 33% of the oil. Of course, they are cheating us. Everybody in the world knows this. Firstly, and then secondly, I don't want us also to deviate from the fact that this Afghanistan thing, they've been in this problem for 20 years.
That's right.
They have even gotten help from the United States. At the end of the day, they still fail. So now, Nigeria is different from Afghanistan. Absolutely, completely, and in any manner you want to, in any ramification. So now, to go straight to the point,
yep,
we have to also focus. This issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the Igbos, Biafras,
yep,
the Yorubas, and we need to find a solution. I said it on my last call the other day. Same thing. We need to find a solution. It's about time, right now. If the Igbos are doing their own thing, no this thing, no work, no shop, nobody should open their stores on Mondays. What are the Yorubas doing? Of course, quite obviously, we have our beloved Professor Akipoye, who is working hard towards, release of Igboho,
yep,
Magdasola and Cotonou. Hopefully, all these things will work out, but we need another.
But there's a big one. I don't know if you probably remember or aware of. There's a big one coming up. I think it's later this month in Washington. A collaborative protest to the United Nations. Just part of the significant pressure out there. That's also something scheduled among others. Clement.
Almost 15 of us from Stuttgart are going to Washington, D.C. We have a group which is called Oduduwa Nation Awareness. The topic is already raised in our own group. Almost 15 of us are traveling from Stuttgart to Washington, D.C. So, I mean, we are not.
I'm so happy to hear that, right? But I just wanted to bring something to say, well, I wouldn't say it's totally probably not that up there, but you are right. We need coordinated collaboration. That something more significant,
It's very important. I don't want us to deviate from our focus. Our focus is Biafra Nation, Oduduwa Nation. For me personally, it's Oduduwa Nation. The Biafrans, I'm sure they will do their own thing too. But for me personally, as a Yoruba man, I'm focused on Oduduwa Nation. Me and my colleagues, and we are also working hard. And we want to support those who are also even working harder than us. People like you.
Yes.
That's why I will always put my thumbs up every night. But that's not just the only efforts we need. We need to do more, and we shouldn't deviate.
Boots on ground, especially boots on ground. We need more of such.
We need this revolution. There is no revolution without war. Go and check everywhere in the world. So, I mean, we need to really focus on the main fact. We already know the fact that all these Fulani terrorists, Edgeman, the Boko Haram, and all of them, they're all fake. We already know this. What can we do to exterminate them? Look at Ghana, Rollins. Look at what he did. He exterminated all of them. That's why Ghana right now can compete with Nigeria. In the old days, there are shoemakers in our country. There were teachers in our country. But we can't compare Nigeria with Ghana. Nigerians are running to Ghana. So what are we saying? Nigerians are getting visa to go to South Africa. What is South Africa in those days? Nigeria was a great country, but they fucked it up, and we don't want Nigeria anymore because the constitution from 1999 have fucked us up.
That's right.
And right now, why are our borders, in the olden days, our borders were not going through Libya or through the desert to come to Europe? My own father went to England without visa. He studied, bought our first car, 504 Peugeot, which was produced in Pan in Sokoto for 3,000 naira.
Good old days.
These were good lives in those days. So what are we doing right now to fix all those things back, create our own currency, revert, and we shouldn't even, there is oil everywhere in Nigeria. Nigeria is extremely blessed. And I won't even use that word Nigeria anymore. Oduduwa Republic is very blessed. Biafra Nation is extremely blessed. We shouldn't deviate from what Simon Ekpa or one people or one other. We should focus on what we want to do and achieve it by all means. So Hore have always been fighting for this. I love him, I like him. But at the same time, the revolution is, for me, what he claimed at that time, revolution now is like a rally. Revolution is not done like that. Let's be honest to ourselves. Go and check Cuba. The revolution they did. Let's check into histories of other countries and learn from it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good night.
God bless you. You've always been a fire blazer anyway. So I'm lucky to have you again tonight. Okay, we are lucky to have you tonight. You have a good one, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Good night.
So yes, I have another caller. This time around. Hello there.
Good evening, my brother Maiyegun. This is nobody.
You. Sorry, your name again.
Say again.
I mean, your name again. I missed that.
Nobody. This is nobody. Finally, I've got through to you. How are you, sir?
Wait.
It's been quite some time.
Wait, it's been a while, right, bro? This is you. Nobody of the Abuja house in London.
Yes. That's the one. Yes.
I just feel like you are standing in front of me right now, and we are having a chat, right?
Yes.
I'm so happy to hear from you, bro.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can say is that we can pull down this system if we unite to pull it down. There is no need for anybody to say anything other than we must pull down this system of these abusive people who sit on us as slave masters. We must pull down this system. Whichever way it is, wherever we are, however we get there, we must go out and protest. Form whatever coalition you need to, but we must go out and protest because these people are scared of us, especially those of us who have already seceded. Because the ones in diaspora, we've already seceded.
That's right.
We don't have a local government chairman. We don't have a councillor. We don't have a governor. We don't have a vice president. We don't have a president. We have seceded. We are not under Nigeria at all. There are many millions of us who have already left Nigeria. So we just need to come together, and together we will pull down this system.
We will. And you guys have been doing a great job in London, especially in the last 4 weeks. I can't deny. The sit-out protest at the Nigeria Now, Abuja House, Nigeria High Commission there and all that stuff. Those keeps our hope alive, I have to say. Dedication that is of no equal. And I want to say thank you on here today to you that I have the chance to do it. Nobody.
Thank you. And to all the others who came out alongside us, those equally at Downing Street, those at Parliament Square, those in Trafalgar Square, it's all part of the same struggle to free us from this enslavement.
God bless you, bro. Thank you so much for calling in, okay? You have a good evening there, okay? And thank you.
And you too.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
So I have another caller again. Sorry, your name, please.
Yo, greetings, Maiyegun. My name is Chukwudi from Ghana.
Chukwudi, brother, sir. This is Maiyegun, and you are live, please.
Yes, sir. I say that only the truth can set us free.
That's right.
And whatever stands in front of one who seeks for the truth must be crushed.
That's right.
And one who seeks for the truth does not is not afraid of looking into anything.
That's right.
So that being said, we know that our problem, what we have a whole lot of, I have a lot of Muslim friends. But we have to be truthful to ourselves because Quran is playing a role. You know, you talk about Afghanistan, talk about Boko Haram. As a brother did talk about, you say you don't want, even you see this radicalization of, or eradicating of innovation in your state. You see, you've seen that already, yeah?
I've seen it.
I think you saw that. So somebody, I saw a car that is written eradication of.
They denied it. They said it doesn't exist, but you know, we do know who they are. Of course, you're right.
Yes,
I mean
that is the Takia playing the role. The Takia. So, but we know the car they have. I mean, the car, for example, might have minimum of if I'm not minimum average of 80 horsepower. But if they want to live in the ancient time, in the time of Muhammad, they should be using one horse instead of having 80 horsepower. So the innovation, they accepted and they're fighting against innovation. Like the brother said, they're using AK, they're using social media and everything they are talking against. So there is foolishness in that particular thing.
And that's why we call them the extremists anyway. You know what I mean? You guys are, I mean, they are, we have, well, some people don't like that, Chukudi. They will say, Maiyegun, stop deceiving yourself. There's no moderate, there's no. I think I can possibly say it's true. There are moderates. Those who understand that Islam is just, you know, do your thing and they let others do theirs. There are also extremists. But in today's world, the extremists are having the upper hand.
And those who call themselves moderate, they don't want to say anything in order not to offend the extremists. That's what makes it complicated.
The thing is that this is why it's good to be hammering on the point, because those so-called extremists, they are actually holding some points in the Quran. So this is why, and they
back up what they are doing. You're right.
And they see the so-called moderates as infidel or hypocrite because they are not standing up to this, the whole thing, what the Quran is saying and the Hadith. So imagine, I'll just drop something for our Muslim friends that they can take. For example, I'm just trying to show some contradictions in the book. And there is a reason why they don't want people to question the book. For example, if we check in chapter 19, verse 28, check also chapter 2, verse 248. You check verse 4, chapter 4, verse 163, chapter 6, verse 48, chapter 7, verse 122. This one, it shows, it was talking about Isa, for example. This is the name they call Yeshua, who they know, most people know as Jesus. And Maryam. And Maryam. And now the confusion is that they mix up Maryam with the Mary. There's a Maryam who was the sister of Aaron in the time of Moses, the sister of Moses and Aaron, the daughter of Amram. So now they mix it up because they borrowed that thing from the Torah. That is now where they mix it up now, and it's so contradicting, and they don't want to talk about it. So if somebody will check all those chapters, we realize that somebody is fooling somebody. The other day, I was doing an experiment. I had some special camera just trying to zoom on the moon, just to come close to the moon, because I'm for a certain experiment. And some Muslims came to me, wanted to watch, and they were from Syria. So, and then when they saw, they were like, mashallah, mashallah, and I was telling them some things, and all of a sudden they like, what do I say about Quran? What do I say about, there's scientific things in Quran. I said a lot of contradictions in the Quran. And the guys, they said, what? I said, okay, now, first of all, when you look at, I say, what is the meaning of lah? They say, what do I mean? I say, when you say every day, alhamdulillah, what does that mean? Then they say it's going to God. I said, do li, la. Li means true. La is the God you're talking about. And I was filming the moon. I said, that is the God of the moon. So, and after a while, they gathered all of them. They were like, the one told me he memorized the Quran already 2 times. He's 19 years old. 19, he memorized it 2 times already. He said, but he never thought of this. Because me, I didn't understand. I'm not an Arabic speaker, but due to interest, I dug up some things and I gave them homework. And I told them, if you don't use your thinking faculty, we are using God that gives you the head to think. So is a haram, is the real haram and blasphemous to not to use your common sense that God gives you, and you just foolishly go with it. So my brother, we have to listen from time to time. We'll be talking about the book, and people start thinking from different perspectives.
People like you have taken their time to get some knowledge in that regard. I'll be so blessed to continue to have somebody like you calling everyone every now and then, okay, to help us clear here on this kind of topic. I'm not a specialist in that regard. You remember the names and all of that.
I will be coming to touch with them.
And it will be a pleasure to have you, right? Thank you so much, Chukwudi, for tonight. Okay, you have a good one.
Thank you for a good job, man.
Cheers. So we have Chukwudi there. I'm going to take just one more call. I'm so sorry that I know a lot of people wants to call in and say something, right? But however, I will take just one more. Let me see who is going to be that firebrand that will kick the show over tonight. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. How are
you? I'm good. How lucky I am.
Oh.
This is my first try. I just got through.
You see, people always say, I'm so lucky to get you. Some of you don't know that I am actually the luckiest to have you whenever you make your first call, right? Because whatever you're going to say, it's going to make me probably see things I've been discussing in a different way, from a different angle, and usually I am always the one lucky. But good enough, we can share it today. Sir, your name?
Master, okay. My name is Oluwashino. I'm based here in Australia.
From Australia,
absolutely.
Sir. You're my last caller tonight, so you've got 4 or 5 minutes, sir. Please.
Brilliant. I'm actually from Ondo State.
Oh, class.
State.
That's class. Go on.
All right. I'm so happy what you are doing, Maiyegun.
Thank you, sir.
You are such. You are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
And just keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
And never be discouraged. Eventually, we are going to have the dual nation and Biafra likewise.
I believe.
No doubt about it. Now, when we look at this struggle, really, I will not want us to actually point fingers so much.
Yeah.
You know, like the last caller, I do respect his view. The brother from Germany, I've always heard him talking. I mean, I've always listened to him during the online live streaming. I respect every view that he highlighted this morning. Sorry, we already money, yeah. So that's why I said money.
Good one. Go on, sir.
You know, so with the issue with when you look at this whole thing, the issue with revolution now. Revolution now is just one of the revolutions that will get us what we want. All right? When you look at the campaigner of this revolution now, which is, Maiyegun, which actually came to Australia, and I met him. I met him and we had a discussion and we even took pictures with him and all of that.
Oh, bless you.
The man has a good intention. I'm sure a lot of us know that. Now, his position with Nigeria now, revolution now, as in his position, is brilliant. The truth is that if the revolution now works out, it makes it easier for us to succeed to have a nation. That is the fact.
That's right.
You get what I mean? So, revolution now is just one of the struggles.
And there is another thing, sir. There's one thing.
A revolution.
Sir, there's one thing about what Showore is doing, yeah, which is people may not really appreciate that now, but the revolution now groups, they have done so well to build the people's confidence about coming out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He started this thing. You understand? There's so many things we have to do for him. You understand me? I've followed him up, Showore. The man has good intention. If you ask me, if you ask me very well,
yes, sir.
If, for instance, we are going to just assume, the kind of, less illusion that we're going to have Nigeria as a country, Showore is the best guy for that job.
No, I mean, if Nigeria was to be a country, sir, if Nigeria was to be a country, I will rather vouch for a Showore, right, who has never done anything wrong to anybody, than to stand up and say, oh, maybe I should check on these other guys. You know why? Showore has all it takes. He's proved it. He's shown it.
Absolutely.
But Nigeria is not a country. Absolutely. That's why, like you said, like as a mirage or something, let's assume I will vote for him if Nigeria was to be a country.
Exactly. So when you look at his antecedents, you see that the guy means well for Nigeria.
A lot.
Now, to get Nigeria rolling, okay, we must do what Rollins did likewise in Ghana. That is the truth. With all these, all these old cargoes around, it's not like Showore or anybody able to be a president that has good intent for that country. You will not succeed. So it will come to a time, even in that same light, once we have a dual nation, some of these old cargoes need to go to the prison. You understand me? I will not say, okay, most of these guys who has embezzled our money, who has, did all manner of things in the policy of Nigeria, you go scot-free or they should be murdered, But I would rather prefer, because we want to make a difference, you know what I mean?
I do.
Where we want to have a new nation, we can't do the same thing because two can never make a right.
No.
Sorry, two wrongs can make a right.
That's right.
Absolutely. So we can't do the same thing. And so the best thing to do is to put these guys in the prison and put them there for life. You know what I mean? So the Oduduwa fight is the revolution itself. The Biafra fight is the revolution itself.
It is.
Oduduwa revolution now is the revolution itself. So whichever way we are going to look at this whole thing, at the end of the day, we all want to achieve something. And Showore's, forerun on this issue is actually, to me, this is what actually best every struggle you
He's been outstanding. I have to respect him, but Nigeria is Nigeria. It's simply just not enough, I would say. But we need the Southern unity. Showore himself said, we need all of us who want this, who want that. We also need to know that if this Nigeria continue as it is, they will continue to criminalize the request for self-determination. They will continue to call those who are asking for Biafra terrorists. They will call the Yorubas who are asking for Yoruba nation terrorists. As long as this current system in Nigeria continues, if we don't come together. And that's why we do need to come together.
Exactly.
We do.
Exactly. And the main grounds that Showore really wants the revolution now on the Nigeria landscape is actually for those old cargoes not to escape judgment. That's what he's actually trying to avoid.
They want them to pay for all they have done. You are right. That if they should, if we break up Nigeria today, he said, Showore said, if we break up Nigeria today, it's just going to be to the good of those old criminals because they will just pack all their loot, boom, they disappear. But when you get them, hold them, crush the system, you hold them, then you can then come back and say, okay, do we want to stay together or want to break up? Then we decide.
Absolutely. So
I know.
So that is a loophole there, But however, I do stand for Oduduwa Nation now.
Great.
Okay?
Great.
I respect the position of the revolution now, which is very brilliant.
Lovely.
I was doing this to support that move, but my ultimate support is the Oduduwa Nation. Now, I listened to the Nina's conference yesterday. I'm not sure if you heard about the conference.
Oh, okay.
Nina.
The Ninas, yeah.
Nina, yeah. Now, our journey towards this liberation, to succeed as a nation, we need to actually use the upcoming election, the Anambra and one other election coming up this year, as a testing ground for what is going to eventually happen in the general election.
So is that what Ninas is saying? Is that what they said in their broadcast? That people should go and prepare for Anambra election, no? Or is that your own opinion, right? You thinking we should test ground, okay?
That's
Okay.
Yes, it's my own opinion. Yes.
Okay.
That whatever they want to do in that general election, we should use the Anambra and the other, state elections.
Yeah.
So as a template.
Good.
Okay, as a testing ground before we get to the general election. Well, so if we are going to actually boycott the general election, you know what I mean?
I do.
We should encourage people from those states, Anambra and the other states, for people to boycott the election and do everything not to make it work. Because we should use those two as a template, as a starting point. Because if we give in and just say, oh, no problem, let's just have these two, election come up.
Then
and come and go.
Got the bigger one. You know why I like the fact. I get. So you know why I actually like the fact that you explained that there. My friends will be raging the moment you said, let us start with Anambra election and the rest. But the moment you explain the boycott part, then I believe many of them watching us now will be like, oh, okay, I think I get it now. Because it's like us asking them that let us go and vote in Anambra election, and then we can vote in a general election.
No.
If you didn't have that boycott, sir, right?
No.
I think I get it now.
You see me, Maiyegun.
Sir.
You asked me very well. We get into the urban nation. You asked me very well. I want to continue with you. I would really want us to exploit every other means and avoid the war.
That's right.
You understand me, sir?
I'm with you.
Use every other means to avoid the war. Now, if I want to pick that war, I have to be true to my conscience.
That's right.
Personally, I need to be in Nigeria myself.
If anybody is asking for war, you must be ready to be there.
My entire family. Yes. Now, I have my wife, I have my 3 kids, they're all here with me. How will I now encourage people to go and fight the war when I'm here? I don't understand. People have their opinion, and I respect their opinion.
No. You've got a great one there, sir. I have to say.
I will not encourage that because I'm not there.
Sure. And it doesn't make any sense as well for anybody to encourage a bloodbath or war or what have you, right? When you know you won't be there.
That makes a lot of sense.
And
good enough, we don't ask for war on Maiyegun's diary Politico. Good enough, right? So, but I'm
brilliant. Brilliant, you know. So I know people are just saying these things out of,
emotion and all that. You're right.
Emotion and all that, and out of desperation for us to have you do anything.
I know.
But to face the fact, ask for war at the front battle when you are not there, that is not just
unfair. That's unfair.
So even on the ground when he was asking for revolution, I'm very sure he is not calling for war. You understand? Because also, because it is easier to say that if you send me for war now, I can go to Nigeria alone and even ask for war. But to be in Nigeria with my entire family and ask for war with my wife and my children, Maiyegun, is a different thing.
It is different.
Where I've arrived now in life, I've seen it all. I can go to Nigeria now and sacrifice my life so that my children, my grandchildren can reap the benefit.
I know.
But to have everybody there and ask for war is a different thing. So, to cut it short, I know you've given me, very,
I told you you're my last caller. I thought it was going to be 5 minutes. But it's like we are using 10. Go on.
As the testing ground for this thing, whatever we want to do in the general election, use these 2 states. Let everybody pass that election.
I'm with you. Thank you so much.
Let's do everything to frustrate the government. And the last of it all, we are, Africans in diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora. We should really begin to, lead by example. What I mean is that I think we should be more coordinated.
Right.
To, pursue this fight.
Good.
If that makes sense.
It does.
I mean, somehow, we are not, the coordination is still not, we're on the journey, but we need to perfect.
We need to keep going,
So that we cannot, so that we cannot begin to show symptoms of the same thing we are trying to, accuse and run away from.
I know. Thank you what I mean? So much,
because one of the things about Nigeria is that, we are not very good with being to be organized.
We will keep doing it. Everybody needs to play his own part. And thank you so much as well for your time tonight. Okay, so I'm going to draw the curtains right there. But thank you so much for making the effort.
You're welcome.
You make it tonight. You have a good evening, sir. Okay. Well, did you say it's the morning in Australia now? It's already morning.
Yeah, we're already morning. About 8 o'clock.
Oh, bless you. You should have a wonderful day over there. Okay? All the best. Good night. Sorry.
All the best.
Good day or good night. Anyway, you have a good one, sir. So this is the problem with the world, right? Australia is already in the morning of tomorrow, and we are still here today. So I'm going to need to go to bed, right? But thank you to every one of you on Maiyegun's Diary tonight, okay? I'll be back again tomorrow. My friends on YouTube, to everybody who participated in this conversation tonight, you are wonderful people. So I'm going to see you again tomorrow. And if you're just joining me, you can indeed just watch this video from the beginning, okay? Let's be honest. Yes, Boko Haram is taking us on the road to Kabul. But you take more than just, conquering the north to conquer the south. But with what we have already ongoing, not that southern Nigeria or we in the south actually have what it takes to probably defend ourselves, but they say you're not gonna know until then try them. We don't want a situation whereby the northern Nigeria will be overrun by terrorists, and Nigerian military that is now going to be populated by repentant terrorists, saboteurs who have their own religious ideology, contrary to others. Nigeria should be a secular country where your religion or what you choose to worship shouldn't be anybody's business. But it's going to soon be our business, where you have Hisbah and you have this and that. Those who are religious police. And with the way it's going, with what happened in Afghanistan and the rest, right? Sure, we should not completely ignore the possibility of same in Nigeria. If it took them 20 years to come back against almighty America and the other 43 allied countries, and with what Nigeria, or the situation Nigeria is in right now, trust me, I don't think the 25 years journey, which will run out in 14 years' time, will be too long for them to wait. Where do you think we're going to be in 14 years? Who will defend us in 14 years if things continue the way they are right now? If those who want to defend us have been held in prison, Those who stand up to defend us are being killed or harassed or arrested. Every young people who are probably innocent of, all this machination and state-sponsored terrorism being hunted down by the state, state security, accused of different crimes that they didn't commit, only for them to end up dead without trial. And the same government is busy releasing repentant terrorists who have killed hundreds of thousands of people in the last 11 years alone. And still hell-bent in ensuring that their caliphate comes on and comes up in Nigeria. And they said until that happens, they will not give up. Here I am in the old shovel, all of us. So if there's anything at all that we should take out of this conversation tonight, it is we need each other. Whether you are from, you are from Middle Belt, or you are from, even if you are from Northern Nigeria, as a Christian or as a Muslim, somebody who is not part of this Salafist extremist, whether you are from the Eastern Nigeria or you are from Western Nigeria, at the end of the day, for all that everybody wants and for what is coming, trust me, we need one another. And we might be kind of different in our wants, but we should be united against one single enemy, a contraption called Nigeria that trapped all of us and said that contraption or that arrangement is non-negotiable. It should rather be made stronger. Don't fight your brother. Don't set your brothers up. Don't create enemies out of disagreements. You all want the same thing, but differently. But if you look very well, the only reason why you are not getting what you want is because of a rigged system that will never admit or acknowledge or treat you as a citizen. But if you don't respect your brother, if you don't protect your brother, if you don't protect your sister, if your neighbor or neighbor's safety is not your interest, trust me, we will all be consumed by the same monster that is dividing us. I hope that helps. I'm not I'm not an inspirational talker, I'm not the aspire to perspire to acquire. I tend to be better off when I'm so blunt. I don't know why. I just thought I should inspire you there that we need one another. That's what I'm trying to say. We just need one another. We can disagree. We can agree. But do not break all the bond that you've managed to create within yourselves in Biafra, in IPOB, within ourselves in Yoruba land, and so far so good, within all and everyone who has been part of this platform, who are not even Yorubas, who are not Biafrans, who are actually pretty much from this most part when we mention Northern Nigeria, they feel a little bit left out, but they still stay by to listen to Maiyegun. We need one another. What is coming will consume those who are even like them, those who are supposed to be Muslims like them, because they will question it. And they'll tell you that if you can't live within their Sharia, and the way they are making it look like, it is scary. And the only way to survive it is not to tear ourselves into pieces. We will need one another. And to round it up, remember this. This is not a competition. If you're opportune enough to be able to help spread this message, take it as an advantage or a privilege. It is not a right. It is not a competition. At the end of the day, the right, the just, they will champion the cause. I don't even know what that means. But whatever it means, I'm saying we need one another. Respect one another. Protect one another. And don't undermine one another. I'll see you some other time. My friends on YouTube, just before you go, right, remember, give that thumb up before you go. And share the video. I'm going to see you some other time. And good night.
Yeah.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì àní ẹ̀ súnra kì lórí Facebook àní ẹ̀ súnra kì lórí YouTube àní ẹ̀ súnra kì bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́ àní ẹ̀ súnra kì bíjó ìgbádìyẹ àní ẹ̀ súnra kì pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àní ẹ̀ súnra kì gómìnà kówó jẹ àní ẹ̀ súnra kì ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá àní ẹ̀ súnra kì aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o àní ẹ̀ súnra kì òkúra olóṣèlú àní ẹ̀ súnra kì ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù.